Andy, how is everyone after the disappointment of last night?
I mean, we're feeling a bit low just now, but we've got a game in a couple of days' time to obviously put the result last night right, and it's our fourth defeat this season in all competitions, and listen, every defeat's hard to take, but I think last night more than anyone, because I mean, there's a manner in how you lose, and last night was unacceptable. The performance, first and foremost, wasn't good enough, but we lost the battle all over the park, and all credit to Hearts, they thoroughly deserved the victory, but in our point of view, it certainly wasn't good enough, and we've got to get together as a group. We've just had a lengthy talk there, and we think there's a few things we need to put right before we move forward as a group. But that's the positive is we've got a game in 2 days to put that result right.
How productive was that kind of discussion?
I mean, they're always productive, but none more so than last night, because I mean, sometimes when you lose, you learn. So we've got to learn from that last night, because there was a lot of things that just simply weren't good enough, and we've looked at key aspects of the game and had a thorough chat about it, and a couple of changes might have came out of it, and last night I think we sort of abandoned our way far too early, and sometimes we've got to stick to it and try different things, and we've came together as a group and sort of made a group agreement, so we're going to try and put that in practice on Saturday.
You've got Aberdeen and Hearts coming up next. How much of it is a concern that you haven't managed to pick up points against those teams that are around you in the league?
I mean, I'm not too concerned who we're picking up points now, aren't, because we want to pick up 3 points every game, and don't get me wrong, it's disappointing we've not managed to beat any of the top 6, but like I said, we've got a game on Saturday to put that right. But first and foremost, the performances have got to be good enough, because you've got to earn the right to win games, and recently we've not been performing well enough, and it's thoroughly disappointing. So we've got a good squad of boys and some good football players in there, but I think we're letting the manager and the fans down just now. We're not playing to our standard of football, so I mean, the quicker we put it right, the better. But like I said, chats like that in there certainly made me feel a wee bit better about it all anyway.
And the last season you were almost forced into having a real continuity because you just didn't have a big enough squad really. Now you've got more options. Do you feel that the team is still trying to find out its best kind of living and chopping and changing, and maybe guys are struggling for goals and so on? Do you still feel as if you need to find that kind of settled 11 that you had last year?
I mean, it's difficult. We've lost a couple of key players so far this season through injury. And I mean, people forget we have brought in 21 new players under this manager, and I mean, that's no excuse, because at the end of the day we've got to gel as quickly as possible, because it's a result business at the end of the day, especially at this club more than others. But we have signed a lot of players, and there is that bedding in period where they've got to understand how we play and how we want to play, and don't get me wrong, our squad's a lot better than it was last year, but I mean, the simple fact is we're just not performing well enough just now. So we can talk all we want about style of play, formations and whatnot, but if the players aren't performing, you're not doing enough to win games. And we've managed to hang in a game long enough the last couple of weeks where we've managed to nick the win at the end. But Hearts were out of sight before then, because the performance last night was just probably, in my opinion, one of the worst since I've been at this football club, and it was hugely disappointing. But I mean, it's all guns blazing on Saturday, because in my opinion it's a massive 3 points on Saturday, and we talk about trying to pick up wins and pick up momentum, but none more so than the teams that are around about us.
Yeah, you mentioned there you're not too bothered about where the points come in terms of who they're up against, but is there a case to say that perhaps you can't hang in the games till the last minute against the likes of Hearts and Aberdeen? Is that what we saw a bit of last night?
Yeah, well, I think last year there was quite a lot of games where we started really fast. We managed to get a couple of goals in the first 30 minutes, and I think that now that's 8 out of 14 games or whatever it is we've 1-0 behind. So I mean, straight away we're chasing shadows at the end of the day, because we're putting a lot of pressure on ourselves to get back into the game. So it's key that we need to start faster in games, because the first 10-15 minutes, it's in our opinion it's too slow a tempo. So it's something's got to change, and like I said, thankfully we've got a game in 2 days to try and put it right.
How important is it to have leaders then throughout the team when you're trying to turn something like that around? And
we've certainly got that, because that's why I'm happy. Chats that we've just had there's went on, because the boys have had a lot to say, and we've always got something to say when it comes to during games and half times and full times and whatnot. But we've had a heated discussion in there, and obviously what's been said in there I'll keep behind the 4 walls. But at the end of the day, you need to put it into practice. So we're looking forward to Saturday now.
How are you feeling about your own form this season? How do you think you've moved on into this level?
Yeah, obviously I found myself at the team at the start of the season, and managed to get back in and play a lot of games so far and score a few goals. So like the rest of the team, the performances haven't been good enough. I'm certainly in that category myself. So we need to get back to playing well and deserving to wear that Rangers jersey. So
I know the club's put all the off-field stuff that happened early in the season behind it. Do you feel you've done that and you've put it all behind you as well?
Yeah, 100%. I mean, that was stuff that goes on in a football training ground every single day, and we've, like I said, we've got a great group of boys in there. And, I get along with every single one of them. At the end of the day, we just need to show that unity in the park when the chips are down a wee bit and people are starting to swear against us. We need to just stick together and show what we're made of.
How pleased have you been with the support that the club has shown you through this period?
Yeah, fantastic. And you seen that again last night. All 1,400, whatever it was, still there to clap the boys after the game, even when sometimes we didn't deserve it, because last night we let them down. Like I said, we not only did we not play well, we lost the battle on the part, and in my opinion that's fundamentally just not good enough for it. But the fans were still there to clap us off the part, and they've turned up in their numbers everywhere we've went this year. So more so for them, I want to put it right on Saturday.
How pleasing was it then that you managed to maintain your own form at a time when there might have been a spotlight on you and off-field distractions?
Nah, but at the end of the day, I'm just trying to play well for this football club. My performances haven't been good enough as well as the team's last few weeks, so it's I'm not sitting here and saying that it's acceptable with the certain performances we've had obviously that over the last few weeks. So we just need to put that. We just need to put what we're saying into practice and get back to wins and play well on the football park.
And you were talking about the discussion you've had. There was a spell in the game, I think, when Lee Wallace was getting treatment. There was 4 or 5 of you in that really kind of involved discussion as well. Is that, you feel that's important that you're able to do that during games, or was it maybe something that only got ironed out today?
No, that was just a trivial thing. Obviously Waldo was down, we didn't know how long he was going to be at the side of the park for, so we'll just try to maintain a shape while he was off to get back on the park.